Well, hello and welcome back to the Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel with me, Earle. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Anna Gudmundson, the CEO and co-founder of Sensate, who's here to discuss all things stress, different types of stress, how it can impact our health, to the role of the vagus nerve particularly, and the strategies that we can do to become more resilient and to help ourselves feel better. So welcome, Anna. Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to this because it's going to be really good to chat about stress. I know it's such a massive issue for so many of us. Can we take that first perhaps and talk through why stress is such a big problem and then touch upon the impact it has overall for our health?
Yeah, absolutely. And it is really such a big problem in our society today. I think if we just look at the UK and the big YouGov Mental Health Foundation study, which 74% of people regularly feel stressed and overwhelmed to the point where they feel unable to cope. And I mean, it's similar in the US. But what's interesting is that this then leads to sort of 75% of doctor visits in the US are stress related and hospital admissions in the UK. And it's not stress itself that gets us into hospital, but that stress really lead to so many health conditions like obesity, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and also, which you're very much an expert and know a lot about, all the issues around inflammation. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, bottom line is that it's kind of causative of so many other things that we perhaps don't link automatically and think, oh, I'm stressed, therefore, this has happened. It's quite eye-opening, I think, that it causes so many significant health problems. So let's talk about then what we can do to support our stress levels. Obviously, we want to help reduce them. And we're hearing more and more, aren't we, about the vagus nerve. Fascinating, and particularly in terms of its role in stress reduction. So let's chat a little bit about what this nerve is and what it does, and then I guess ultimately how we best support it.
Yeah, that very much ties back to what we were talking about, like why does stress lead to hospital admissions? That's sort of a stretch, but really it is when we trigger the stress response, we turn off a lot of functions. So the vagus nerve is at the part of this and is one of the most important nerves in the body and has such a broad range of important functions. It helps control heart, lungs, digestive system, sensory system, all of that. What we're really interested in is that it also, helps counterbalance the fight or flight response, because it is triggering that fight or flight response, as you very well know, that causes all the havoc in the body. It turns off digestive systems, reproductive functions, and prefrontal cortex as well. So. So what we're focusing on is really this counterbalancing of fight or flight response. And so we talk about vagal nerve tone, and that really is about how often electricity flows through the nerve, and then the nerve releases sort of neurotransmitters that creates this counterbalance. And that's kind of what we're trying to get to. So calming the nervous system and not triggering that stress response. So that's really fascinating. And we can really train and get better at this. And this is where Sensate also will come in. But having a strong vagal nerve tone means that you have these nagging, annoying things that happen, but you don't necessarily trigger the fight or flight, which is what causes all the damaging effects in the body.
So you're not triggering the response because your vagal nerve is stronger. I mean, I think that's so interesting because we know so much, don't we, about toning our bodies, and we talk about muscle tone, for example, and we can see that result. We're in the gym or we're walking or whatever, and we're getting toned up and our shape changes. But I guess those internal tones, the idea of toning such a big nerve is fascinating. And I guess that's really where Sensate, the actual device, comes in. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So I have a little Sensate here, and so it uses infrasonic frequencies and sound really to calm the nervous system. So it is a little device, and you put on your own headphones and you start a session in the app. And I kind of explain it as a little bit like umming in yoga, where you get vibration into your chest if you know how to properly and not have the vibration up here, or cat purr, which is also kind of infrasound. So it's not a medical device. It is for relaxation and also for sleeping. And most people use it because they are stressed and want to relax. But there's also a lot of people that use it for the long-term benefit, for good vagal nerve tone, which is associated with heart rate variability. So we also have many people that use it for that reason. And because calming of the nervous system is so important for all recovery, reducing inflammation, etc., etc., we also have many people that are using it for more extreme stress and extreme stressful situations like chemotherapy. And we know that Sensate is used in a hospital in Surrey, in the oncology ward. That's the Royal Surrey NHS Foundation Trust. Yeah, and it's not a medical device. It's not obviously like a cancer treatment, but it is so important for recovery and receiving treatment that you're able to not trigger fight or flight.
Yeah. Well, I actually one Christmas gave, several members of my family the Sensate device. And it's really, really helpful. And, I travel with mine. I have mine beside my bed. I like it actually last thing at night. Actually, I find it very calming. I take it everywhere. It's so helpful, particularly at the end of a busy day, just to take a few moments to sit and relax. I really notice my stress levels come down. The results that you see with Sensate, are they anecdotal, or have you done research to show just how effective Sensate is?
Yeah, no, we've done tons of research. Really, Sensate was born out of my co-founder, Stefan Schmelik's Holly Street clinic, and he worked there. He's kind of been a gatekeeper and tried out everything, and really how, as part of treatment, like more, disease, a lot of chronic disease and issues, how can he help his patients to also then calm the autonomic nervous system? And he was using larger machinery for this type of therapy, found it very, very useful. But then the genius part is really the ability to use the body's anatomy so we can reduce the size, which then means that obviously a lot more people around the world can use it. And there's been 5 years of research, and we're actually just about to release a couple of new pieces of research. I'll let you know. You'll be the first one to know.
Great.
There will be on our website in a couple of weeks or something. But yeah, where we could see that a single 20-minute Sensate session has really immediate measurable effects on the body and brain and how people feel. But then this was really interesting, was the master's study that the total hours of sleep on average per night increased and by almost an hour, and also how fast people fell asleep at night. So yeah, that will be coming out soon, but really, really convincing research, outcome. But what I care most about is really the fact that we see that people are using it and it's really helping them at home. Because we can have so many things that work in a lab environment or in studies, but people don't do it. So that's really what I'm passionate about and really care about. And it is something that works for people at home.
Well, it's really enjoyable, actually, because you get that lovely music, the lovely sound, and then it vibrates. It is a little bit like having a purring cat sitting on your chest. It is a very relaxing, and it's the combination of the two, the sound, the vibration, and of course you can adjust the intensity as well and the volume, and it's really excellent. And I think it's fascinating and really good to hear that it's evidence-based. Thank you so much, Anna, for joining us today, talking us, through the science behind stress generally and how supporting the vagus nerve can help us all feel calmer. Thank you also for your generous discount code. We have a fabulous saving. It's £30 off your Sensate device. You use the code LizLoves, as always, so do go and check that out, and we'll be sure to pop the link in the section below. And that is it for now. But as ever, do let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Have you tried Sensate? Are you a fan? What other stress-busting tips can you share? Do let us know in the comments below. And do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to make sure that you never miss another episode from me and my team. Otherwise, go very well, and I'll see you here next time. And thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much.